Happy Wednesday. Hope you're having a great week. So, just 3 days away from the nation's 250th birthday, and we'll be celebrating our freedom. And again, I am so grateful and proud to be called an American. And freedom is so important. You know, Monday I talked a little bit about trying to get to a place where we're experiencing freedom in a spiritual state of mind. Freedom, we all want it, yet we all live in bondage, usually in some area. It could be bondage physically, like with our health. It could be bondage mentally, in our mindset, how we think, how we see other people, how we see and view life. It could be bondage financially. Whatever area that you tend to feel like you're kind of a slave or trapped to, it's usually the place that requires a lot of discipline. You know, Self discipline is very important to me. However, I'm not a very disciplined person by nature. Now, I have to force myself to be disciplined in areas because if you put a tray, like literally a tray of Chick-fil-A nuggets in front of me, I will eat every one. If you put a dozen Krispy Kreme donuts in front of me, I'll eat all of them, especially if they're hot. Like, I don't have discipline with some things naturally. And when we fail to have discipline in things, our freedom gets reduced greatly, very limited. And, so there's a saying, I love the saying, it's by a Navy SEAL by the name of Jocko Willink. He says, discipline equals freedom. It is so, so true. You want financial freedom? Be disciplined, live on a budget, live within your means. You want to have freedom when it comes to being when it comes to your health and being physically fit. Well, you can't eat 12 Krispy Kremes at one time. You need to watch what you put in your mouth. You need to make sure that you're exercising, doing all these things. Like sometimes, the other saying is freedom isn't free. Both are true, and they both have so much to do with each other. Discipline equals freedom. Freedom is not free. They require a lot of work, a lot of diligence on our end to make sure that we're doing the things that are going to give us a free life. So the more freedom you want, the more price you have to pay. It's just part of it. But I love being free. So just something to think about. Discipline equals freedom. Freedom is never free. What price are you willing to pay this week to make sure that you keep freedom in your life and in the life of your family? Hope you have a great rest of the week. See ya. Bye.